Hello and welcome to Introducing Signal Alerts on PTS Primo Charts. So we have this good news. We have now alerts and pop-ups on PTS Primo Charts. Today we're going to look at the global options for signal alerts, the signal alerts manager, the signal options for the pop-ups and the sounds, and how the alerts work on the PTS Extreme Trend, on the PSBI. We have a pop-up, and the alerts on strategies, the alerts on the dynamic stops and bracket breakout, and the alerts on the buy-sell line. So let's go to the charting now. So there are two ways to apply the alerts on PTS Primo Charts. So first of all, under data, you have a global option, global signal alert settings, and that will open a box where you can choose to have pop-ups and to have sounds on all of the alerts. The show means that if you have a pop-up, you can show the pop-up permanently, or you can just, the pop-up will show and then it will disappear. We'll look at this later. And for the sound, you have two options. One is the default sound, or if you have different sounds, you can choose from them. So we're gonna keep the default for now. And the play sound, if you want it on bar close, if you want the sound continuously, which is pretty intense, or if you want the sound once, which is when the signal first appears. So basically we recommend to have the sound once on bar close, and that is when the bar closes and you have the signal, which is the definite one. So we're gonna click OK here, and what it means is that when you go to the strategies, okay, so I have a strategy 4 and I have some strategies on this chart. I'm going to take them off. So when you go to the strategies and apply the strategy, the alert is going to be applied immediately. Okay, so you don't have to do anything else. Let me take this off. So we have a strategy number 4, and now I'm going to apply the top bottom 25% because it's going to give us signals more rapidly. So if I apply this, the signals for strategy 4 and for the top 25% are going to be applied according to these global settings. Okay, it's going to have this sound, it's going to sound on bar close, is going to have a pop-up, and the pop-up is going to show permanently. So we're gonna click OK here, and that's our signal. So eventually we will have a pop-up and a sound, especially because we have the 25% top and bottom, so we're gonna wait for that. So the signal that just happened is sounding on bar close. You're gonna have the pop-up alert. It's going to say that it's SPY, the date, and which one is that you're having. The top bottom 25% is down, and it's even counting the bars, and it's giving you the hour of the time. So you can leave that alert over there, or you can close it by clicking on this X, and it will go away. So that's the first way to apply the signals to your chart. The second way to apply them is instead of having this showing here, okay, so I'm gonna just delete them from here, is whatever I have applied on my chart. If I go to this veil on the top right of your chart, you're gonna be showing that on your signal alerts manager. So my chart has the PET-D, has a strategy 4, the top bottom 25%, the BuySell line, and the PTS Extreme Trend. So anything, so we're gonna click OK here, and now I'm going to add the PSBI. Okay, So now the PSBI is going to show here. So because we have set up these alerts before, they already have the pop-up and the play sound checked. But for the new ones, you need to come and check individually if you want them, okay, unless you have the global options, okay, which that is why I like the global options, because you don't have to worry about this. But the alerts manager will allow you to change individually settings, like for example, if you want the petty fast to beep at the beginning of the change of the color of the bar, you're going to have that option here. If you want the strategy number 4 to give you signals on bar close, or you can choose them individually, okay? You have also an option to change them all at the same time, like continuously. So you have that option here. You have the option to bar close, which is the one that I have, but on the PET-D, I want it once at the beginning of the chart. You also have options for sound, okay, so you can choose individually each sound for each one of the signals. You can play around with that, and in the same way you can decide if you want to show the alert as we are showing it here, and we're going to change the top bottom for 25% to not show. So it's going to appear, but then it's going to disappear, which I don't think is very useful, but just. So you also have an option to check all of the options or clear them all, okay? So this is very versatile. You can play around with it. And but basically this is the alert manager. So what I will do personally is have the global setting alerts all the time, okay, on bar close and with the default sign. Okay, we're going to apply this to all of the existing strategies on your chart, and then you manage this individually. That is in case you add another strategy, like the signal arrows here for strategy number 5, which is going to be here, then you have those options applied. You don't forget to do that. So that's pretty much what I will do. Okay, so once we have these alerts, you can close them by clicking here. In the case of the PET-D, the signal, sound, and pop-up is going to be given when the color of the PET-D changes. So as you can see, we changed to Amazon, and now that the PET-D is going up, is giving you a signal when it changes the color, okay? So that's one thing. And another thing that we have there is that when the signal, when the candle gets out of a PSBI box, is going to give you a signal as well. So we had that signal too. In the case of the PTS extreme trend, you're gonna get a pop-up when your candle gets into the first box, okay? So like for example here, I'm gonna put the crosshairs, you will get the signal when this bar closes, or at the start of the first box of the PTS extreme trend. With the PSBI is the opposite, is when it get out of the PSBI, like here, okay? So you have that signal here. So we have applied the dynamic stops on the chart. You're gonna have alerts when the price on the candle touches this price down and or up, okay? And it doesn't matter how many candles do you have to the right. When the condition is met, the pop-up will come up, and that's pretty much how these alerts will work. So we apply the bracket breakout, and you're gonna have a signal when the candle touches the price on the upside or on the downside, like in this example. And last, for the 50-day moving average, you are going to have a signal when the candle crosses the 50-day moving average on the upside or on the downside. And okay, so I hope you like the alerts. This is a great addition to PTS Primo Charts, and many customers have asked us for this. So we really hope that it helps you, and just good luck in your trading.